introduce myself. My name is Sonia, and I am creating this channel or channels, hopefully on multiple different platforms, so more people can find me. To basically just help people live a better lifestyle. A little bit of my backstory. I have been a massage therapist for 13 and a half years. And of course, through being a massage therapist, you really learn the more holistic lifestyle, de stressing. We're coaching people how to help their muscles and their bodies. And of course, with that goes the stress factor and stuff like that. And then, so in the past couple of years, I've got into life coaching, which is kind of a natural transition since apparently I was doing that the whole time with my clients, anyways. So I owned my own business. I worked from home. I was incorporated, so I had to deal with all the corporate taxes, GST, all that jazz on the side. And so my specialty is actually helping female business owners or entrepreneurs with their stress and anxiety, because that was literally me trying to balance the home work lifestyle, trying to fit in family. So, what I had realized years and years ago, my stress and anxiety had completely taken over my life. And there's so many symptoms of stress. A lot of us think, like IBS, for example. Oh, I have IBS. Well, maybe. Could be poor food choices. I know I have an intolerance to tomatoes, super weird, but cannot eat tomatoes. And if I do, doctors would diagnose me with, IBS if I didn't know about this tomato issue. Stress. Stress can cause digestive issues. It can cause IBS symptoms, ulcers, all sorts of the acid reflux, all sorts of things. Stress can pretty much do what it wants to your body. So whether it's chronic fatigue, muscle aches, it can literally attack your immune system, causing you to literally become sick. It all encompassing what stress can really do to us, and the multitude of ways that it can affect us. So it's so important in so many ways to address our stress and anxiety. So I had, anyway, back to my story. I get rambly, I talk a lot, but hey, this is unscripted, me live, no editing. So I was that high anxiety, high stress, overwhelmed person, and I had discovered that. And also, speaking of live and unedited, our water delivery guy driving past, I had discovered that the brain fog. You walk into a room, forget why you're there, you do it 5 times. The constantly becoming distracted with things, you're cleaning up the kitchen, all of a sudden there's something on the counter, you take it to the bedroom, 5 minutes later, you're cleaning your ensuite or you're sorting clothes. You're supposed to be, in the kitchen. So, like, just some examples of like so many different ways where, people can think, oh, I can't focus on a task. Maybe I have ADHD. Maybe you just have too much stress in your life. Oh, I have IBS, digestive issues. Maybe maybe you have too much stress in your life. So there's just so many ways, and again, hundreds of reasons to get your stress under control. And partly is just to, even know what do you have or not have, right? So that was me running around, never really completing things, but busy all day long, 12, 13 hours. At the end of the day, I would basically collapse into bed and try and fall asleep, which, of course, I'm sure all you know, if you're that person, you also do not go to sleep directly. An hour, 2 hours, 3, 4 hours trying to fall asleep. And then if you sleep for a couple hours, you're lucky you wake up in the middle of the night. Maybe you get back to sleep after a couple hours. Maybe you're just up for the rest of the day. This was me also. I was probably averaging about 4 hours of sleep a night. Just terrible. And then, of course, you add the lack of sleep to all those other things I just mentioned, like our poor physical bodies. are just destroyed by this. And then mentally, we're just hanging in there trying to survive each day, one day at a time, right? Like literally just surviving. So that was me. And I remember sitting on the edge of my bed, you know, how you sit, whether you maybe sit on the couch, I would always sit on the edge of my bed, getting ready to do my bedtime routine, staring at the wall, right? Because this is what we do. And I realized all of a sudden, like, I do not like my life. Like, there has to be a better way than just surviving day to day, never enjoying anything. Obviously, you know, we don't realize it at the time, but all of our relationships really also suffer. So irritable, we're on edge all the time. Anything can set us off, and unfortunately, that includes our loved ones, whether it's pets, partners, kids, parents. It doesn't matter. We're just holding it together, and truthfully, that this is no way to live. And so for me, I had a wonderful boyfriend who helped me along the way. He was actually my coach without being my coach, and he really helped transform my life. And obviously, we can have that support and we can have the guidance, but it is up to us. So I thank God one day I actually gave my head a shake and started listening to him, and it turned my life around to the point where, like, literally, I don't have anxiety. If something kind of comes up and I feel a little twinge or something, I know how to work through it now. Daily anxiety does not have to be a thing. um, Got my stress completely under control to the point where every evening, whatever time I was done work, I would sit down with my boyfriend and we'd enjoy an episode or two or something, maybe have a glass of wine. But we had that every night. We could sit down and eat together and actually just be together, you know, even if it was just for an hour, maybe two, like I said, depending what time I was done work. But that became a thing. And then all of a sudden it's like, okay, I'm falling asleep. You know, actually, it only takes me 10 or 20 minutes. I actually have this wonderful little routine that has me asleep in like 5 minutes. I started sleeping through the night. Well, originally waking up, but I was able to get myself back to sleep. Then I, you know, sleep through the night now, pending some crazy sneezing fit sometimes I have here with my allergies. I sleep right through the night. It's just, again, the things stress does to us. And when we get control of our stress, and we kind of know how to deal with it and have the tools, you know, you sleep through the night, you wake up refreshed, you're actually, you know, excited for the day. I, of course, as a massage therapist, I love my job. I don't do it so much here now that we moved to Mexico, but I really love it. So I wake up, I'm excited, I see a full calendar, like I am pumped and ready to go. And then you just do your job, you do the things you're supposed to do during the day. And then when it's done, you sit down in the evening. What's for supper? You know, all these wonderful things. All of a sudden, life is fun again. All of a sudden, you're enjoying things again. It really is, like, there is a better way. It can be done. I have done it. It's a beautiful thing to actually look and you know, just love life again. And in the summer, born and raised in Canada, so I will say in the summer, being able to go outside, putter away with my plants, maybe lay on the deck and just sunbathe, have the weekends to ourselves where, you know, you're not trying to play catch up because you didn't get it all done throughout the week. You know, it really is fantastic. And I think of the transformation of my life from the beginning, not enjoying anything, like I said, literally surviving. And even when you're in that stage, even when you go out and you're trying to, you know, have fun with friends, you're trying to enjoy a dinner, whatever it might be, the anxiety's still there, the stress. All of a sudden you start worrying about what, it doesn't matter. I remember we're eating at Sorrentino's one time, having this beautiful meal, nice glasses of red wine, and it's a super lovely evening, like it's almost perfect. And all of a sudden I'm thinking, oh my God, what if we get in a car crash on the way home? Who's going to take care of our dogs? well, what happens? Do we have things set up? Maybe we should make a living will. I'm like, who brings that up in the middle of dinner? I mean, I didn't vocalize it, but evening's ruined. And then I'm thinking of the 5 different contingency plans for what happens if this accident might happen. And what am I doing? But that's our anxiety. That's that hamster wheel of a brain. Just the stress and anxiety becomes our comfort zone. And anytime we try and enjoy something, it just takes over. It just spins. It's like our minds cannot be still. And again, it's that once you can get everything under control, calm the brain down, and literally now, I can just sit on the couch and be still and do nothing. And it's okay. It's actually quite wonderful. And I'll also say, when we did decide to move to Mexico, so many people, oh, oh, I'd love to do what you're doing, and oh, I'm jealous, or oh, this, or oh, that. Then do it. I will say having my stress and anxiety under control allowed me to make the move. I could have never done it had I been at that overwhelmed state, because I just would have been losing my mind every day. I wouldn't have been able to get stuff done. Um, and I'm the person that kind of organizes everything. I research everything. So we just it wouldn't have happened. So again, super grateful, because now we live in Playa del Carmen. We live in Mexico. It's beautiful. The weather here is beautiful. There's no more snow. All thanks to getting my stress and anxiety under control, because when you allow your mind to calm down, and you allow it to actually think, not survive and spin out of control, but actually sit down and be like, hey, we want to move to Mexico one day. Why not today? Oh, how can I make this happen? And you actually have like thought processes. You can actually work things out. You can pen to paper make a plan, right? So it's that is now my goal in life. Now I do the online coaching, stress and anxiety management, and even I say management, but I use that term loosely too, because once you have the tools, like I said, anxiety doesn't exist. If you get a twinge of it, you have that tool. You don't Anxiety, you don't need to manage, you just get rid of it. The stress, I will say, maybe I need to come up with a better word than management, but even then, stress happens, life happens, we will never get rid of it, but we know how to deal with it. We have the tools. And so you can sit back and, like I said, it's just enjoy life. That's my goal for everyone now. And having been in Canada, still working full time at home, being the massage therapist, having that packed schedule. So my life didn't change work wise, boyfriend wise, friend wise, but getting the stress and anxiety under control changed my life. And so I know some people say, oh, you live in Mexico now. Yes, but I had this when I lived in Canada, when I had that Western lifestyle of working so hard, owning the business, doing all the paperwork, the entries, yada, yada. So it can be done. And let me tell you guys, I am my fault. I'm pretty stubborn. I can be pig-headed. Back in those days, because high stress and anxiety, we can't accept change. So we are fairly closed-minded, unfortunately. We don't take suggestions well all the time. You cannot change plans to save your life. Once it's in the calendar, written in stone, my boyfriend used to make fun of me for this. And like I said, I'm pretty stubborn. So I will say, if someone like me can make these changes, if someone like me can get that better life to be able to enjoy everything, anybody can do it. It is possible for everybody. Trust me on that. Just if you're like me, your journey may be a little bit longer, but you can get there, believe me. So yeah, that's my goal in life now, my purpose, my mission, to help everyone else achieve a better lifestyle. You do not have to move to Mexico, but let me tell you, you can put your feet up at the end of the day and smile and love your life and actually go and enjoy things. So that's kind of my long-winded thing. If you continue to watch my channel, you will unfortunately realize I am a bit of a talker. I get off on tangents. I will apologize in advance, but that is me for better or worse. And so, yeah, that's my introduction. And I will be streaming Thursdays at 10 a.m. Eastern Standard Time is my goal. Um, Again, we live in Mexico, so we do get the power outages sometimes. They do not tell us when they are happening, but the goal is to be streaming 10 a.m. Eastern Standard Time. That we do not have time changes here, so it's the same year round always. So yeah, I hope you follow me. I hope if you're looking to make that change in your life, that it's great. It works. It's awesome. I hope you guys enjoy it, and I'll try to add some fun tidbits, some extra people in here, and it's going to be a heck of a journey. I'm excited because I know it's possible for everyone. I'm excited for all of you, and yeah, just take control and enjoy.